Hey everybody, welcome to my live stream, Hidden Secrets Revealed Live. Welcome to my live stream, Hidden Secrets Revealed Live. I agree with the Biebs, Justin Bieber, that organized religion, which uses God for marketing, is a trap. And people use pastors as celebrities, which never works out. Today on Hidden Secrets Revealed Live. The idea is simple. Every day I go live for about 10 minutes. I moved it from Facebook to YouTube. And we talk about digital marketing, but in the process, I reveal the hidden secrets of the universe. No extra charge. It's an added bonus because at the end of the day, the whole point of marketing, digital or otherwise, is to reach people, is to connect with people, actual people. Sure, they're your target market. Sure, they're your customer avatar and all of that sort of lingo. But you want to connect with people. That's the point. We have something good that we want to bring to the world, and we want people to know about it, and we want people to hear it and see it and engage with us. So that's why we do it. Now, where your audience is where you have to go. It's easier to do that than to just wait for people to find you. It's not this or that, either or. There's this kind of delicate balance. There's a dance between having people find you and you going to the people. There's no one way to do it. But the topic of today's episode is inspired by this GQ interview with Justin Bieber. And if you've been following the interview alludes to this celebrity pastor. He doesn't mention the name of this pastor. But Justin Bieber says, this guy has this ultimate relationship with God that we all want, but we can't get it because we're not this guy. And then he goes on to say, the reality is we all have access to God. I know who he's talking about. He never says his name, but I actually went to the church for a while. And I kind of know what Justin Bieber's talking about. It's really sad, the turn of events that happened with this mega church and this hipster preacher. It's really, really unfortunate, but it's the pastor's own fault. It's that guy's fault for trying to impress people, trying to attract people by being like them, and using, as Justin Bieber kind of alludes to, using God as a marketing tool. Because think about it. With religious organizations, you have a built-in audience. That's a built-in audience right there. There's a market. And people abuse that. You know they do. I mean, it's a stereotype. You always see preachers on TV asking for money. Like that's what people think of, right? Every time you see a pastor on TV or whatever, on now on social media, you see these pastors asking for money. And not all of them. That's a generalization, but you know there's a stereotype about that. And they got it backwards because they're using they're using this audience, they're using this platform that they have to ask for money. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe everyone should prosper. But the difference is in the way people view it and the results or the fallout. So here's my point. If a CEO asks a VC for money, like that's one thing, because they're not really doing it for God. They're not using God as a marketing tool. But if a pastor is going out asking his congregation for money, there's nothing wrong with that. With getting money, there's nothing wrong with that because we live on an economic planet. But the unfortunate thing is that Justin Bieber is right about these pastors having this celebrity status. You know who I'm talking about. You know that they do. They get this kind of celebrity status. And it must be a lot of pressure if they have a mega church and they have to pay all these bills. It must be a lot of pressure. So I acknowledge they have to uphold a standard. But when they try to please people instead of pleasing God, that's when it never works out. So here's my point. For business purposes, for your brand, you can actually take a lesson from religious organizations. The most successful brands have a cult-like following. And that comes because people want something to aspire to. They want goals. They want to be a part of something. So if you can give that to them, be a part of something, and do good in the world, get your message out there. Okay? But make sure you're not trying to be a celebrity yourself. Because it might, you might have some success, but you have to be careful. So I want everybody to prosper. There's nothing wrong with that. We should prosper. But it should be done in a way that is inclusive, that we are out to serve other people, and we're not trying to be liked. You don't have to be liked. If you're serving people and you're doing good in the world, you're not doing it to be liked. You're doing it because that's what you're here to do. That's what your calling is. That's what your passion is. And so if you can build a business on that, you're going to win. But if it's self-serving, people will recognize it before too long. If you're being self-serving about it, people will recognize it and they'll tune you out. You guys know that's true. You guys know, right? So leave a comment. Even if you think this is horrible, even if you hate this episode, even if you hate what I'm doing, even if you hate and want to make fun of me, leave a comment anyway. And like and share this. I'm not saying like and share this to be liked, but I'm doing this to expand because we need more just good energy, positive words, people trying to do something in the world that makes the world a better place. That's the point. All right. That's it. I'm going to end the show with that. Thanks for watching. I have spoken.